Narendra Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi, Radha Krishnan, Sri Aurobindo, J. Krishnamurti, everybody, every contemporary philosopher is interested in the development of human beings, the transformation of man. How can man live a disciplined life? So this is the motto, this is the intention. As the intention of a philosopher, so is his philosophy. If your interest is to see a good human being, a good society, a dogma-free religion, then your outcome will be that. You will succeed in bringing about revolution, changes in human psyche and in the social living and all other aspects of human life. Therefore, all contemporary Indian philosophers, why I am giving stress on all, it is because when you will prepare notes or you will try to understand one philosophy, you can understand all other philosophical systems because they all speak the same thing, because their intention is the same. There are slight differences. Philosophy of Vivekananda is different from Narendra Tagore. They are different. Their approaches are different. There is a difference, but there is a common thread. In many points, they are similar. So the similar points, if you understand the similar points, then that is very easy to remember, to grasp, to make a synthesis between all philosophers. Same thing is said by Vivekananda. Same thing is also said by Narendra Tagore, Sri Aurobindo, Mahatma Gandhi, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, and J. Krishnamurti. Same thing. Intention is the same. Intention is the upliftment of human being, the growth of a human being, the growth and glow of human being, transformation, to be a better man, having the best version of human personality. So this is the intention. As we were discussing about Vivekananda, again the second point is, all the contemporary Indian philosophers, they have not rejected the empirical world, the practical world as mithya or unreal. This is a common trend. There are different types of interpretations regarding Jagat. Jagat is mithya, Jagat is unreal, like this. So this is Jagat is an appearance. The Jagat is full of bondage, suffering. This is not the view of contemporary philosophers. Contemporary Indian philosophers take this Jagat where we live in as very much real. very much practical. So man is not rejected, and the Jagat where man lives in, that Jagat, that world is also not explained away. It is not rejected. Second, the third point of similarity between all contemporary Indian philosophers is that the Brahman, or the ultimate reality, is out of Jagat. That is an abstract truth. Abstract truth means that is transcendental, that is beyond. It has no business with this empirical world. This is not the view of contemporary Indian philosophers. Contemporary Indian philosophers establishing the truth that unity in diversity. Understanding of divinity is only possible through diversity. So God and Jagat are not separate. This is the common. There may be some difference, but this is the common trend. This is the presumption. This is the fundamental. This is the beginning. This is the intention. That we have to accept this practical world of changes. We have to accept this man in whatever condition a man may exist. That man is accepted. Even there is no difference between man and God. This is also said in Vedanta, Jiva Brahmeva na parha, but that is discussed in a different way, different sense. Here Tagore says, this man is God. This man is God. Tagore has humanized God. So the art of humanization, that everything can be humanized, that everything can be discussed from a human perspective. So man is the center. Humanized God, not divinized man. Humanized God. That God is humanized. This man is God. This man is not different from God. So this man should not be neglected, should not be rejected, should not be ignored. This man should be transformed from a lower perfection to a higher perfection. So the first thing we shall discuss, reality. Tagore does not make any difference between God and reality. Tagore says that God is real. God and Jagat both are real. Jagat is not mithya. Jagat is not an appearance. So there are two aspects of the reality. One is the finite aspect and the other is the infinite aspect. Tagore has discussed these two aspects in the concept of a God, in the concept of a Jagat, and in the concept of a man, and also in the concept of a religion. There is a finite aspect of a reality and there is an infinite aspect of a reality. There is a finite aspect of a Jagat and there is an infinite aspect of a Jagat. There is a finite aspect of a man, there is an infinite aspect of a man. There is a finite aspect of a religion and there is an infinite aspect of a religion. So by this way, we can understand the difference between the finite and infinite. Everything has a finite aspect and also an infinite aspect. Reality is expressed through this jagat. This world is the divine expression, divine manifestation. So the divinity has the unmanifest state and the manifest state, Avyakta and Vyakta. Avyakta means which is not expressed, which is unmanifest, which is the source of all manifestation, which is the source of all manifestation. Yesterday we were discussing that when we are asleep, when we are sleeping, in the sleeping mode of our existence, we are all unmanifest. This is an example. We are in the state of a unmanifest. Unmanifest means we don't have any manifestation of being a father, being a teacher, being a son. No form, no responsibility, no duty. A sleeping man does not have any responsibility. He has no sense of duty. He has no claim for his rights. This is my right. This is my claim. No, nothing. He is sleeping. That is the unmanifest state. But when he is waking up, he is claiming to bear different forms. He becomes different forms. He identifies himself with different forms. So the unmanifest man, unmanifest sleeping man manifests into different forms, but both are the same person. The sleeping man is he who is waking, and the waking man is he who can sleep. So we experience both the unmanifest and the manifest states in our practical life. We are nobody and we are everybody. Yesterday I had given another example that the silent ocean and the violent waves. Waves are violent, waves are changing, waves are restless. So the waves are nothing but the manifestation of the ocean. Waves are not separate from the ocean. Waves have been created. The form of the wave is a creation of the formless ocean. So the ocean and the waves are same in essence, in quality, but in quantity, in appearance, in form, they are different. Waves are not ocean. Ocean is not waves according to the form, because the format is different. The function is different. The nature is different, but their essence is same. So waves are finite because they are changing, they are restless, but the source of the waves, from which waves take place, from which waves come out and again return back, the waves return back to the ocean. So it comes from the source and again goes back to the same source. So this coming and going, this changing is the finite aspect of the ocean. So ocean itself is the infinite aspect, it is formless, and the waves which have come, which have been originated from the ocean, that is the finite aspect. So this is the finite aspect and infinite aspect of reality. Similarly, whatever we see around us, this jagat is called phenomenal by nature. Phenomenal means which is subject to change, which can be changed, which is coming and going, which is changing all the time. This change is not mithya. This change is not separate from the unchanged principle. This is nothing but the manifestation of that unmanifest, unchanged, eternal principle. The diversity is the diversity of the unity. If that one is not there, there is no question of diversity. For example, ocean and waves. We cannot say that the ocean is created out of waves. This assumption is wrong. But the waves have been created from the ocean. So we can get manifestation from the unmanifest. We can't go in the reverse way. So the unmanifest is the infinite. Because from that, all changes can crop up. From the unchanging entity, all changes can take place. Suppose now you are all adults, you are all young. You can't go back to your childhood. Never. You can do everything. You can become a rich man in life. You can become very much established in life. But you will get older and older. You will decay. You will die. Every moment you are dying. Our cells are getting lost. That is our death. Death does not mean, as we understand, that we shall go to Swargadwar. That is death. Every moment we are dying because our cells, scientifically speaking, our cells are getting lost every moment. In every 4 to 5 months, you are completely a different person. Completely. Your entire physical setup is different in every interval of 4 to 5 months, scientifically speaking. Psychologically speaking, not 4 to 5 months, in every minute, in every second, your mind is subject to change. So you are changing psychologically, you are a different person. Mentally you are different. What you were yesterday, you are not today. Your yesterday's existence is very much different from today's existence. But this is a very long gap. Your morning existence is different from your evening's existence. That man was enjoying a movie with his friends. He was celebrating the birthday of his friend. He was in a party. But in the evening, he was found to commit suicide. Because mind changed. We surprised that I have seen him in the market and I have talked with him. How is it possible? Because mind changed. So mind is so subtle and mind runs so fast, faster than light, that it is subject to change. It is always subject to change. So we are different persons in every moment, so far as our psychology is concerned. You are indulged in this materialistic world. You are very much convinced that this world is the paradise for me, that will give me all types of pleasure. But overnight, what happened to you, God knows. Your mind changed. That this Jagat is asara, this Jagat is mithya, this Jagat is changing. So why should I run after this changing world? The object that makes me happy, if I am happy by an external object, if an external object can make me happy, then that external object is also capable of making me unhappy, because I have no control over my happiness and unhappiness. That object is controlling my happiness. If one object is controlling my happiness, suppose this mobile phone is controlling my happiness, but the same object which gives you maximum pleasure, that will give you 100 times more pain when it is lost, when it is stolen, when it is damaged. In your family, whom you love most? Suppose you love your father more than your mother, more than your brother and sisters. If your father will die, you will feel very sorry because you love him. So the object or the person or the event that gives us happiness, that object, that person, that event can make us unpleasant. So this is the nature of Jagat. If we depend upon Jagat, if we depend upon the external world for our happiness and unhappiness, that is bondage. We are trapped by this Jagat. We are not free from this Jagat. Because this Jagat, which itself is not constant, not stable, that is regulating my psychological responses, my happiness, my unpleasantness, my likes, my dislikes, my feelings. So that should not be the true nature of a human being. So we have to understand the finite and infinite aspect of the reality, because lacking that understanding, a man cannot transform. A man cannot become a perfect human being. So the purpose is, this world is accepted as a real, number one. But we have to accept the finite and infinite nature of this world. The finite nature is that this world is real in the sense it is functional, it has utility value, it gives us oxygen to breathe, it gives us food, it gives us shelter, everything is there in this nature for our survival. So this is very practical. When we are depending upon the nature for water, for air, for everything, how can we say that this world is mithya, this world is illusory, therefore this world is real? But this world is unreal too. Unreal in the sense, nothing is permanent here. Everything is subject to change. That changing nature of Jagat, is Maya. So Maya understands, through Maya, we can understand the changing aspect of nature. We can understand this. We can understand the changing nature of Jagat. So the finite aspect of Jagat and the infinite aspect of Jagat. The infinite aspect of Jagat, that is the unmanifest Prakriti, that is the unmanifest state of divinity. That is the unmanifest state of Prakriti or unmanifest state of divinity, that is God. So God is not different from Jagat. God is the unmanifest state of this Jagat, and that God is manifested through the world of diversity. We should have this idea of this world view, so that we can understand the real nature of man and we can understand the true religion. So now we shall discuss what is the nature of man. As there are finite and infinite aspects of reality, so also there are the finite and infinite aspects of a human being. Every human being has a finite aspect and also an infinite aspect. It is very common sense. It is not a very great philosophy. Don't take philosophy as a philosophy. Take philosophy as a common sense. Take philosophy as a fact of life. It is not so deep thought that it is a privilege of few. No, everybody can understand this. This is common sense. So what is the finite aspect of man? That we have a body, we have a mind. Our body and mind function. We have 5 sense organs, we have 5 motor organs, and we have a mind. And these organs, internal and external organs of our body, that constitute the physical aspect of man. That is the physical compartment. And we live through this system. This is a machine. This is a systematic machine, very sophisticated machine. Our brain is a machine, heart is a machine. There are different machines. Kidney is a machine. There are different machines, motor organs. And our digestive system is a machine. Blood circulation is a function. Because of all these things, we are able to talk, we are able to eat, we are able to do our work. Many things are there taking place in our body very systematically. Therefore, we are here. We speak, we do something, but we don't give credit to that. When 2 friends quarrel, they fight against each other. They should understand that we are able to fight Because so many things are stable, they are very much accurate, they function accurately in our body. Suppose you are fighting with your friend, but your heart will not function, your brain will not function, any teeny part of your body will not function, you will not able to fight. So we have to understand the fighting is important or this body is important, which does not in our control at all. We don't control the inner mechanism of our body. They function without our consent, without our permission, without our knowledge. We have no time to check the blood circulation, to check the digestive system. We can't do. So, but this is very important part. This finite aspect of body is very important. Therefore, there are different types of yoga, asana, niyama, jama, niyama, pranayama, different types of yogic disciplines to make our body healthy. We should have good health. So the body is important. The physical parts, the finite aspect is important. Without that we can't survive. We should have good health. This is the physical nature, the finite aspect. It is finite because it is subject to change. Anything is subject to change is finite. Anything is not subject to change is infinite. This is the common thing. So, our physical aspect is the finite aspect only because it is subject to change. Another physical aspect is we have ego. That comes from our mind. Mind can have ego, and mind, an evolved mind, the cultured mind, can eradicate ego. Mind can have ego, and mind can reject ego. So mind has a very vital role, which can go down and can lift us up. So this mind binds us and this mind liberates us. So in the physical aspect of a human being, we discuss ego. Ego sense, agency, I am doing this, karta bhava. I am the lower I, the lower self. Conscious of the lower self. I am doing everything. I am so and so. I am this form. Because of that finite aspect of I, ego, human beings consider this jagat, this changing jagat, as unchanging. As if this jagat is the permanent paradise for us, permanent source of pleasure. As if many people forget about their death. Many people, that is called Svansana Vairagya. When they go to Svansana, Swargodwar, they have a feeling of a Vairagya. But again, when they return to this empirical world, they forget that. It is very ridiculous, it is very peculiar, it is very childish. You are born means you will die. But we are not aware of our death. We are not aware of our decay, our change. This is our ignorance, and this is because of that ego, that I shall live forever. I shall live. We quarrel, we possess, we we accumulate more wealth as if we shall live for 1,000 years. We accumulate for 7 lives. So we are ignorant of the final step of our life, that is death. So this is the function of ego, that I am doing this. So in the finite aspect, man suffers from bondage. But what is the infinite aspect? There is an infinite aspect in man. That is the self-realization. That is the wisdom. The wisdom that this body will not stay forever. Everything shall pass away. This mind will pass away. My wisdom will pass away. My possession will pass away. I have not seen tomorrow, but I am imagining tomorrow. I am possessing for tomorrow. Even I am not sure whether after 1 minute I may not exist. We are ignorant of our tomorrow. But we are behaving in such a way as if we shall live forever. So the infinite aspect of human being is self-realization of the self. Of the self means big S self. The small s self is ego, the jiva, and the big S self is Atman. Atman means the infinite aspect only. That is the infinite aspect. If I am changing through different phases, from the childhood, young, then old, I am changing. My body is changing. Who knows this change? Who is witnessing this change? My changes are witnessed by me. That me is the capital S self. So there is another I, there is another self in me who is witnessing all the changes. There is a change. This is true. This is a finite aspect of a human being. But who is claiming that? Who is observing the change? Who is remembering the changes? If I remember my childhood events, if I remember my past events, then who is that I? Who is that witness? Who is that being who can remember? That is the permanent self. There is something permanent. Who is witnessing all the temporary changes? That is the infinite aspect. As we are discussing the finite aspect of reality and the infinite aspect of reality, giving a comparison of waves and ocean, similarly there is a finite aspect of man and an infinite aspect of man. Finite aspect is body and mind. Infinite aspect is soul, spirit, self, pure consciousness, whatever we say. That is permanent. That is infinite. So man should know his own nature. Here man is not knowing the nature of a foreigner. Man is knowing himself. If I claim that I am knowledgeable, the basic knowledge I should have, that is the knowledge of myself. Who am I? Am I this body? Am I my mind? Am I my intellect? Am I my jagat? Am I my family? Who am I? Yes, I have a body, I have a mind, I have an intellect, I have 5 sense organs, I have 5 motor organs, I have a good understanding. I have all these things. I have emotion. I have feelings. I have religion. I have literature. I have all these things. But I am not all these things. I am that pure consciousness, that infinite, that unchanging principle. Every man should know his own nature. So the infinite aspect of a man is self-realization, number one. Number two, the infinite aspect of a human being is the feeling of joy, feeling of ananda, feeling of bliss. Here ananda means paramananda. Here ananda means sadananda. That means ever blissful. That means no external object can give me pleasure or suffering. I am not pleased by any external object. I am the pleasure. My essence is blissful. I am the source of all bliss. I am the source of all ananda. So, if I am the source of all ananda, if I am ananda myself, then the presence and absence of this any object does not matter. The presence and absence of my friend, if my friend come to me, I am happy. If he is not coming to me, he is otherwise engaged, I am also happy. That means my happiness is not destroyed by any external object. If your happiness is destroyed, is regulated by an external regulator, then you are in bondage. You are trapped by the external world. If you are happy yourself, you are the source of joy, you are the source of ananda, then that is the infinite aspect of a human being. Second, third one is the infinite aspect of human being is freedom. That you are absolutely free. Nothing can bind you. Nothing can trap you. You are absolutely free. Freedom is the ultimate goal of life. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Mukhya. Mukhya is the Parama Purusartha. Dharma, Artha, Kama, these are Purusartha, but Mukhya is Parama Purusartha. So one should have that freedom in life. So in the infinite aspect, we can understand the freedom that man is free, man is joyful, man is blissful, man is man of wisdom. Pragyanam Brahma. I am that Pragyana, I am that Jnana, I am that wisdom. I am that wisdom in which there is no speck of ignorance, no chance of ignorance. I am that Ananda in which there is no chance of suffering. I am that freedom, there is no chance of bondage. But if I am sometimes happy and sometimes unhappy, as we generally find ourselves, in the morning we are happy if everything is suitable for us, but in the evening we are unhappy. I told that the man commits suicide in the evening who was in a marriage party and enjoying with his friends. This is not the status of the infinite nature of man. In the infinite aspect, man is stable, sthita prajna. Man is stable, man is ever happy, man is absolutely free. It is not something metaphysical, it is very, very practical. This is the purpose of education. If you are really educated, then you be stable, be strong. Hold yourself in the difficulties. Difficulties will come and go. No difficulty will stay forever. If pleasures will pass away, similarly suffering will also pass away. So no suffering will stay long. So if everything shall pass away, why should I pass through them? Rather I should hold myself stable, constant. Okay, this is the Upanishadic wisdom. This is the Vedantic wisdom. This is philosophic wisdom. One should understand the finite aspect of something and the infinite aspect of something. So this is the nature of man. Therefore, the highest philosophy is the philosophy of humanism. Humanism. ମଣିଷପଣିଆ, ମଣିଷର ଗୁଣ, ମଣିଷଟି ଯଦି ହେଇଛ, ମଣିଷର ଯୋଉ ଇସେନ୍ସ ତାକୁ କଲଚର କର. You culture humanity. That is the highest religion. Now we shall discuss religion. Similarly, the religion has its finite aspect and the infinite aspect. What is the finite aspect of religion? The institutionalized religion. Religion of different groups. Religion of a philosophy. Religion of a mythology. Religion of rituals. Religion of a set of beliefs. Religion of a community. Religion of a group. That is finite aspect of religion. That we divided human beings into different groups, means different religions. Every religion is a group, is an institution, and every institution has its regulation, has its rituals, has its beliefs. Every religion. And the person who is living his life according to the rules and regulations of an institutionalized religion like Hinduism or Christianity or Islamism, these are different institutions only. So if you claim that you are a Hindu, then you are divided. You are not a complete man. You are not a complete man. You are a divided man. You are a man with division. You are a small man. If you claim that you are a Hindu, then you are dogmatic in your approach. If you claim that you are a Muslim, you are very small in your approach. If you claim that you are a Christian, then also you are very small in your approach. But when you say that you are a man, then you are identified with God. So very beautifully, Tagore says that there is no distinction between man and God. Therefore, he called man as Jivana Devata. Jivana Devata. God is, man is Jivana Devata. Man is God. Because this man is not an ordinary man. In this man, there is a spark of divinity. It is also said in the Upanishad that Aham Brahmasmi, that self-consciousness is in me and in everything. Therefore, everything is Brahman. But in the Upanishads, Brahman is given importance. But in contemporary Indian philosophy, by saying this, man is given importance, that you are God. You are God. You are Jivana Devata. Your life is precious. Your life is precious. Okay? Even if you say that you are an Indian or you are an American, if any an you use, then you are also a party. You are a part. You are a firm. Don't say any an. Don't believe in ism. If you restrict yourself in a particular bracket, in a particular form, then you are also bracketed. You are not free. You are not free. So by claiming that you are an Indian, or you are by claiming that you are an Indian, you restrict yourself as not being an American. You cannot be any other if you say Indian. Don't say that I am Indian, American. Don't say that. You are a man. Rather you use that with M. That I am a man. I live in India. I am proud of my country. That is a separate thing. But that is the finite aspect. If you say that you are an Indian, that is your finite aspect. So that is a provision of saying I am an Indian, because you have that identity with you. You are bound to live according to the rules of our state. You are bound to live according to your government, your state, your society, your religion. That is the finite aspect of man. But if you focus on the infinite aspect, there is no geographical boundary. There is no religious boundary. There is no social boundary. There is no boundary at all. This is the vast ocean. As waves are different from ocean, similarly, our claims to be Indian, American, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Brahmin, and other castes, these are only waves. You are simply a wave. You are no more a Brahmin when you are sleeping. When you are sleeping, a dog can come and do anything what it likes. But when you are waking up, you are seeing that is a dog and I am a man. The difference comes when you are waking up. So in the infinite aspect, there is no difference. There is no wave in the deep water, in the deep ocean. Waves are there when there is lack of depth. Waves are there in the seashore where there is lack of depth. No waves in the deep water. Similarly, in deep wisdom, there is no difference. Difference comes in ignorance, where there is no depth of knowledge. So, my claim to be an Indian, my claim to be a Hindu, my claim to be any form, that is only a claim from my finite aspect, not from the infinite aspect. From the infinite aspect, we are all human beings, and we all have one religion, that is humanity. And we have one God, that is Manava Devata or Jivana Devata. No other God. Allah is Jivana Devata, Jesus is Jivana Devata, Jagannath is Jivana Devata, Lord Shiva is Jivana Devata. That soul is Jivana Devata. That is the infinite aspect. By saying this, we can have the universal religion. Universal religion. We can have unity in diversity. So different religions are natural. Difference is natural. I am giving another example. What my hands can do, my legs can't. What my brain can do, my eyes can't. So every part of my body has its specific function. Therefore, every part of my body is distinct from other parts. But all these parts are coordinated by my Chaitanya, by my consciousness. If I am dead, then no parts will work. But if I am alive, then some parts may be damaged. I may go for operation. But if I am dead, no operation is necessary. No chance of operation. Similarly, we should understand the infinite aspect. What is the common? What is the essence? So far what we discussed the finite aspect of reality. These are compared with the weights. Infinite aspect of the reality, that is compared with the silent ocean. Second, we discussed the finite aspect of a human being, that is the psychophysical aspect, that is the body, mind and intellect of a human being, which are always subject to change, and the soul, spirit, self-consciousness, Sachitananda, Sadananda, Paramananda, blissful state, that is the infinite aspect, the immortal, the infinite, unchanged. That is the infinite aspect of a human being, and that infinite aspect is God. God is not something different. That infinite aspect of a human being is God, and that is also said in the Upanishad, Jiva Brahmaiva na paraha. This Jiva is finite, Brahman is infinite. So the finite and the infinite, they are same. So man is finite hyphen infinite. According to Tagore, man is finite hyphen infinite. So man is finite infinite. Both. We have finite, we physically, psychologically, we can understand our finite aspects, and spiritually we can understand our infinite aspects. Now, what is the role of religion? Religion is a system, such a practice. I made a distinction between the finite aspect of religion and infinite aspect of religion. Infinite aspect of religion is the essence of all religions. Religions are different in community, in groupism, in rituals, in beliefs. In these ways, one religion is different from another religion. So that religion is a personal religion. My being Hindu is my personal affair. I have a freedom to convert myself as a Muslim. Tomorrow I can become a Muslim. Day following tomorrow, again I can become a Christian. Again day following that day, I can return to Hinduism. And there are some systems, rituals for the conversion. So that doesn't matter anyway, so as the infinite aspect of religion is concerned. Therefore, Tagore is making difference between religion and dharma. Dharma means dharati dharma. Dharma is universal. Dharma is the essence. Religion is institutional. Dharma is universal. So every religion has a common dharma. So the dharma in all religions is same. From the perspective of dharma, all religions are same. From the perspective of religion, all religions are different. So dharma is the infinite aspect of all religions. You take any religion you take, there is the fundamental common essential principle is dharma. In every dharma there is love. Love, the word love is very much emphasized by Tagore. The purpose of religion is to culture the attitude of loving, attitude of sacrificing. That is very, very important. And that is the dharma in all religion. There is no difference between Hindu love and Christian love and Muslim love. There is no such as Hindu oxygen and Christian oxygen, Indian oxygen and American oxygen. If you claim yourself as an Indian, do you take some Indian oxygen? No. But you are living under Indian government. So as your society, social rules, your state rules are concerned, you are an Indian. But so far as the nature is concerned, so far as water is concerned, so far as oxygen is concerned, so far as love, compassion, sacrifice are concerned, you are neither Indian nor American, you are simply a human being. And what type of human being? Not the finite human being, you are that infinite human being. And that infinite human being is nothing but God. Jivana Devata. So man is God. Man is God. So what is the purpose of religion? Every religion should have one goal to propagate humanity, to establish dharma, to understand dharma, to bind everything together, to hold everything together. That is the purpose of religion. To make man understand his manhood. This is the purpose of religion. What should, therefore, Jainism, Buddhism, and all other great thinkers, Mahavira and Buddha and other great thinkers, in the name of their religion, they have only done their duty to make man aware of his own essence. That you are not this body, you are not this mind, you are not this intellect. You are Brahman, you are love, you are compassion, you are Ananda, you are Sachidananda, you are infinite, you are immortal. So this is the duty of religion. In whatever religion you belong, that doesn't matter. You may be a Hindu, you may be a Muslim, you may be a Christian, you may be a Sikh, you may belong to any religion. And even you don't belong to any religion at all. Even you may believe in God or not God. Buddha and Mahavira, they don't believe in God, but they have a religion. We can have a religion without God too, but we can't have a religion without humanity. This is the message of all contemporary Indian philosophers. They have given importance upon this, not on metaphysics. They are not interested in metaphysical speculations. They are very much interested in the message of humanity. They have tried to humanize everything. Humanize nature, humanize God. To humanize everything, because man is the center of everything. Man is the highest creation of divinity. So what is the duty of man? Because he is highly evolved, man should take care of the rest of the creation. Man should destroy the nature. Man should not destroy animal kingdom. Man should not destroy plants and trees. Man being highly evolved, he should take care of the nature. He should be so loving because man is second to God. Because man is called Jivana Devata. Having the status of Jivana Devata, man should take care of all other creatures, including insects, birds, animals, plants, trees, everything. Even matter. If we have a building, we have a house, we should clean that house. If this body, we have a body, we clean our body. We should take care of our body. We should make our body disease free. We should not have a sick body. A very grown body, very beautiful body, very energetic body. So body, mind and intellect, they may be our finite aspects, but through that finite aspect, we can understand the infinite aspects. All the contemporary Indian philosophers have given importance to both finite and infinite aspects. Infinite aspect may be better than finite aspect, but finite aspect is not useless. Finite aspect, the base, is the foundation upon which, by having which, we can think of, we can culture, we can grasp, we can become that infinite. If your body is weak, you don't have sufficient income to take your food 2 times, minimum 2 times. You are taking 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, minimum 2 times. If you don't have any capacity, you don't have money, then you can't have God realization. So for God realization, for culturing aspects, you should take care of, you should be very much concerned about the finite aspects. So have a healthy body, have a rational mind, have a very soft heart, very big heart, then only you can attain that infinite aspects. Thank you. If any question you may ask, or we shall talk next session, next Saturday evening at 7 p.m. We shall discuss the philosophy of Sri Aurobindo, both Saturday and Sunday. We shall discuss philosophy of Sri Aurobindo, very beautiful philosophy. Philosophy of Sri Aurobindo is very interesting, more interesting than Vivekananda Tagore. We shall discuss, we shall enjoy. Thank you, everybody. Question I am seeing the chat box. Yes. Rabindu does not give importance on impersonal God. Impersonal God can be taken as the unmanifest. Rabindranath Tagore and all contemporary philosophers believe in both impersonal and personal, both unmanifest and manifest, both infinite and finite, both unseen and clear. Secondly, out of these two, they are giving importance on this empirical world, this finite aspect of your being. Don't neglect your body, mind and intellect, rejecting them, undermining them as finite, because that is the base. Your schooling is base. Then you will go to college and university. Your mother is your first teacher. In your childhood, whatever you are taught from your mother. So don't neglect that. Do a beautiful body, healthy body. Look beautiful, look handsome. Take care of that. Looking good does not mean going to beauty parlor. That's not beauty. Good health means control your diet. Don't overeat. Don't neglect your diet. Not eating. Don't overeat and don't neglect your minimum diet. Take diet in time. Do exercise and have a very beautiful mind. Beautiful mind means don't spoil your mind having negative thoughts. Always have positive thoughts. Always think positive. Always try to love others. Always try to help others. Don't do harm to anybody. By that, you can have a beautiful mind. Always think good. And you should have a beautiful heart. Beautiful heart means you should have compassion. You should have sympathy. You should have very good feeling for others. For others means be for the wounded dog. If you feel you are hungry, you should have that feelings to understand the hunger of that dog. You can't pass through that dog. If you see a hungry dog, you can't pass. You stop and give some food to dog. Don't take credit of that. Don't propagate that I am doing such things. This is Rajasic. That spoils your mind. That corrupts your mind. Don't do good work without anybody's knowledge. Nobody should remain your witness. By that, your finite aspects will be cultured. This has been given importance by the contemporary Indian philosophy. You see the body of Vivekananda, how strong his body, and he was giving importance upon his body. That we should very much careful about our brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is spoiled after marriage. It's very frankly speaking. We shouldn't spoil too much. Whatever is necessary for a married life, we should spoil that much. So by maintaining brahmacharya maximum, you can have very good body and very sound mind. And by having good thoughts, positive thoughts, we can develop a very good heart. These are all interconnected. By having a good body, we can have a good mind and heart. By having a good mind, we can also have a good body and heart. And by having a good heart, we can help having a good body and mind. So body, mind and heart. Body means karma, mind means jnana, heart means bhakti. Jnana, karma, bhakti, samuchaya. These three should be integrated, should be complementary to each other. Then only you can realize infinite aspect of your, then only you can go to the university. You can be a professor. Then only you can go to the higher stage. So don't neglect your schooling age, your primary stage. That is very, very important. And this given importance is by the contemporary Indian because this was the question in the chat box and I answered that. Always try to ask questions and feel. If I fail to answer, then we have different sessions. In the next session, I may answer your question. Not necessary that I know or don't know, I shall say something. If I fail to answer, I can answer that in the next session, but I shall learn something from your question. That is, nothing should be in a dogmatic way. We should have a very sound, very rational discussion. No knowledge is final. I am also learning. I am learning and also I am enjoying. I don't feel tired speaking to you for than one hour. Never. I think as if I started now. I just started speaking. This is the spirit for doing a work with full of enjoyment. Thank you. Day, perhaps 4th June. 4th June and 5th June, we shall discuss philosophy of the Ananda. Try to involve your friends because this semester is now going on in every college. So also this will upload YouTube. You can, those who have not attended, they can view this program through YouTube channel. But you try to involve your friends. If you will distribute wisdom, wisdom will be increased. There are many things. If you distribute that, that will be increased. If you distribute wisdom, wisdom will be increased. If you will distribute love, love will be increased. If you distribute service, service will be increased. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The name of my channel is Pramod Kumar Das.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.